Welcome to the Run Radio Fitness FitCat podcast. My name is Trina Wilcox. My guest today is Jimmy Brooks, a runner in the community. Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome.
So, I want to talk a little bit about the running journey that has been just so important to you, why you've had this in your life for so long, and how it all started.
Yeah, I actually started running when I was about 16, so that's been almost 46 years ago. Kind of just started running just to get out of the house, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of did not have a very, kind of had a little toxic home place when I was in high school. So that gave me the opportunity to kind of escape that and be on my own. And just over the years, I just really just enjoyed that time by myself. I've only recently, probably last 10, 15 years, actually started running in groups.
Yes.
And have just loved that. And so pretty much that's all my running now. We're first probably 3/4 of my running career has been by myself. Now it's all in groups.
So that's really great that you turn to something positive because a lot of kids, when they're trying to get away from a bad environment, will be drawn to things that aren't as healthy as running. So, what made you choose that?
Wow, I I really don't know. I think I was just looking at this. It was at that time running was actually just starting. The jogging boom
Yeah.
was coming up, and I think that and I wasn't really a very athletic kid. I was skinny, tall, not coordinated, but
Yeah.
running was something I could do. So that's
Yes.
kind of I think that's why I kind of fell into it.
I think that's interesting. I hear a lot of us that are runners. First of all, it takes forever for us to call ourselves runners and for us to really put ourselves in the athletic category because we don't always feel like athletes. How long did it take you to actually realize, hey, I am a runner, I am an athlete, or
You know,
or
and
did
that's
it fit right away?
it didn't fit right away, and I
Yeah.
don't think it really took till I was probably running for about 10 or 15 years, and maybe even actually ran a few races that I thought, oh wow, I am an athlete. I can do this.
Yeah, I count.
Yes, exactly.
So you talked about running solo and then now getting into running with groups. I like you, I enjoy the solo aspect of it. What can you compare and contrast the two and how it changed for you, what you love about each one? And
I think, and actually, when I started running in groups, I actually almost had quit running. I was just kind of burnt out, being injured a lot. And so about 12 years ago, one of my son's teacher's husbands talked to me into actually going out and running with him and running trail. And so that kind of opened up a whole new world for me. The running with groups, it just seems like the miles just kind of click away quickly as you're talking. And
yeah,
I'm normally an introvert, but when I run, I stop, I'll talk nonstop. So,
yeah.
so people that run with me have to put up with that. But so I think really that's the big thing over solo was just that
Mhm.
now I realize, wow, I can just, be out there with people that have the same motivation and they push me as well as I can help push them.
When you kind of started getting into the running more and more, what other fitness activities did you start opening yourself up to?
I cycle a lot as well.
Mhm.
That's kind of been always my secondary. If I'm not running, I'm biking, and I've been doing that since I was a kid. And that was was a great way to travel and escape the neighborhood with a bunch of all your friends. So I've always enjoyed that, and to this day, I'll still commute to work on bike and like to ride as frequently as I can. I did other sports as I got older. I was really into rock climbing for about 15,
Oh,
20 years,
wow.
and was like probably my secondary sport for a long
Yeah.
time. And now it's still just running and cycling.
What has running taught you the most throughout the years?
I would say patience for one, just because running can, you can push yourself and get injured. So you just have to realize that you have to put the time in. You can grow. You can constantly grow. I mean, I'm 63 and I'm still, I think, run at a fairly good pace and can run a fairly good distance, keep up with a lot of my friends. And if you just, stay with it, don't get discouraged, you can have a lifelong sport that you can participate in.
We all know that it's definitely good for our physical bodies. What about mental wellness? How has it helped or hurt you?
Oh, helped a lot.
Yes.
I have suffered from depression occasionally over the years, And I think that's really helped with the mental aspect, just helping me out that way.
What would you give advice to anyone of any age considering picking it up if they haven't yet done it?
You'll love it, but also start slow.
Yeah.
I think it's like most things. You want to get in, you want to do it the best as quickly as possible. But definitely take your time, let your body get used to it, yourself get used to it. You will get there. Just give it time.
Yeah. Expectations change as you're teaching yourself to learn, I feel like.
Yes, exactly. And as the further and further you go, the doors open to other things in running.
Yeah.
And I have friends that in the last 2 years, they just started running and now they're running ultras. It's just because they've just kind of taken that bug and just gone with it and gone with it.
Now, training's great, but you and I have also done a lot of races. Talk about your racing career and what that's been like and what that's taught you.
I seldom race, actually, to be honest with you, but I do race, a couple times a year. Racing's never been my primary reason for running, but I have found that I do, if I can do a place group, place in my age group or something like that, that's really fun. It's really enjoyable. I've never been fast enough probably where I'm going to win a race, but I can do some age group placements. I think the racing, depending on the race, can really it gives you goals, and it's taught me that sometimes it's not going to go well, and sometimes it will. So you just have to be able to learn with that and grow from your bad experiences, but also embrace the good experiences.
So you will be representing the 5K for Run Radio at the Bass Pro Fitness Festival this fall.
Yes.
What do you like about that event?
I've ran that a couple of times. I like it just because it is kind of challenging, because you start downhill and go uphill, but also I can get done with, this is going to sound bad, I can get done with my race quicker and go out and volunteer, because I love to volunteer as well.
Cool.
So I'm going to run the 5Ks, and hopefully, I've got a goal that I hope I can achieve, and then go out and volunteer afterward.
It's quite an event. It's pretty amazing for Springfield, Missouri to have such a race like this. The community, and like you're saying, the volunteers they make the race. They make it fantastic. Have you volunteered several times for this event?
Yes, I've tried to kind of every other year. I'll run it one distance, something 1 year, and then volunteer the next. And I had a great time volunteering last year.
Good. What else, as we close, what else would you say to runners as they go into maybe their next race and just need some encouragement?
Oh, just know you can do it. Just be prepared. You put the work in, you put the work in. Just go out there and enjoy it and do the best you can.
All right. Thank you so much, Jimmy Brooks. Looking forward to seeing you out at the Bass Pro Fitness Festival. Listen for more updates at runradio.net.